Hello all. So far in this video series, we have seen how can we populate records from OLTP transactional database into corresponding staging table with the help of Python script, and we use full load strategy for that. Once data is available into staging table, with the help of that data, we populated ODS table. And finally, with the help of staging as well as ODS table, we populated records into dimension and fact table in our actual data warehouse star schema. Now in this video, we are going to create SSIS cube to create a reporting on top of our dimension and fact data. Okay, now before creating a SSIS cube, I just wanted to tell you, so this video I had created around 7 years back in March 2014, and I have utilized same HR database, the exact same data structure which you are seeing here, right? Same HR database I have used while creating business object universe. Okay, so I wanted to refer to this video is because creation of business object universe is kind of similar process of creation of SSAS cube. I mean conceptually. Okay, like while creating a universe, we select whatever different dimension or fact table which we want to. Once we selected all those tables, we define the relationship among those tables. And finally, we select the attributes and we define whether that attribute has to be measurable attributes or an object or dimension. Okay, so same process we are going to replicate or follow while creating SSIS cube. So let's start creating a SSIS cube now. So what I will do is let me open SSDT. Okay, so I will create a new project. Go to File, New Project, and I have selected this under Analysis Services tab. I have selected multi-dimension, and I will select the project name as HR Cube, and I will store that project under this hierarchy. All right, click OK. Okay, now very first thing which we have to do is create a data source. Right click, new data source. Next, select on existing or new connection. So there is a connection exists. I will delete that connection. I will create a new one. My server is local, so local host here. Okay, and database is DW. This is fine. Click OK. Yeah, this is fine. Click next. I will use a service account here. Okay, impersonation information. I will use service account. Click next. I will keep this data source as is. Finish. Okay, once data source is created, create a data source views now. Right click, new data source view. Next. So here we are going to select dimension and fact table. Okay, I will keep this option as is. Basically, we have to select what all tables we are going to utilize or use while creating a cube. So I will select these fact and dimension table, six dimension and one fact. Next, I will keep this name as is. Okay, once all tables are imported, we need to define the relationship among those tables. These are my dimension tables. Okay, so if I go back to my documentation, as you can see here, uh, surrogate keys from each and every dimension goes into fact table. Okay, so like employee dimension key will have relationship with employees key over here. So I will drag this guy. Now you can check this relationship that has to be one to many. So just confirm that. So employees dimension key in dim employees table is a primary key, which is correct. If it is not correct, just click on reverse. But as of now, whatever we have chosen, it is correct. And employees dimension key in fact table, it's a foreign key. So that there can be multiple employee dimension key in fact table. Okay. So similarly, manager dimension key will go here. Okay. Job dimension key will go here. Department dimension key will go here, and last location dimension key will go here. Now still date dimension is remain. Now you do not have date dimension key in fact table, but you do have date dimension key in manager dimension and employees dimension. So purposely I will not join this date dimension with manager dimension. I just wanted to tell you the beauty of date dimension, the reason why we created date dimension separately. So what I will do is, for time being, I will move this higher date to this. Just check the hierarchy once again. So date dimension key under date dimension is a primary key. That is correct. Higher date is a foreign key. This is fine. So we have done with source view creation. Now the next task is create a cube. Use existing tables. And what it is asking is select major group tables. Now, as we discussed earlier, in fact table only we keep measures. We do not keep any measure in dimension table. So only one table we have to select because we have only one fact table. Next. So in our fact table, we had two measurable attributes, salary and commission, and the third one got created automatically by while creating a cube. Next, and these are the remaining dimension 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sixth dimension is a date dimension, but that is in the relationship with employees. So that's why it is not showing over here. Okay, see, yeah, it is showing here date dimension under that under employees hierarchy. Okay, so all the six dimension we can see. Click next. Cube name is DW. Finish. Okay, our cube is created, dimensions are created, and if you see at top upper corner left, top left corner, you can see the fact table created, and top bottom corner, sorry, bottom left corner, you can see the dimensions. Now if you see here, just expand it and you get to see the different attributes under employees dimension. Now there are only two attributes. Okay, we should add remaining attributes as well because we needed those attributes for our reporting purpose. So what I will do, I will simply click on this edit dimension. Okay, and I will grab these attributes. So let's take from employee ID till phone number. Hire date will take from date dimension. So I will grab this here. This is perfect. And I will grab year ID. I will grab quarter description, and let's take month description as well. And finally the calendar ID. Now there are multiple calendar attributes here in our employees dimension. If you want, you can create a hierarchy as well. So let's start doing that. So at very top in calendar hierarchy is definitely a year, and after that the quarter will come. So I'll move this quarter description here. Under quarter we'll have month. So month description, and under month finally we have calendar. Done. Okay. So we have completed date dimension, sorry, employees dimension. Let's look for manager dimension. I will add these attributes. Now, since we do not have date dimension here, I need to add higher date directly from manager dimension. I will save this. Now expand this, jobs. I will add all the attributes from jobs dimension. This is perfect. I will close this guy. Departments. And the last dimension is locations dimension. Perfect. So once our dimension table or cube and dimensions are created, the final thing we have to do is the deploy our project. So to deploy the project, right click on the project, click on properties, and you get to see the deployment option here. Now these are the default attributes which we have which got populated automatically. Now my server is localhost. If you have any other server, you can change this server as per your need. And now this server is again SSIS server, not the DB server. I have installed SSIS cube on my local server again, so that's why this localhost will still work. Database, I will keep this HR underscore cube as of now, and I will go with default attributes basically. I will click OK, and now just click on this process. You can right click and click on deploy, but if you click on process, it will first deploy and then it will process. So it will do both the tasks. So I will click on this process. So as you can see, as I said, would you like to build and deploy the project first before processing it? So I will click yes. Let's see what happens. So it is time deployment finished. So now deployment finished means what? If I refresh it, see the database got created. So that's why once we deploy our SSS package solution, then it basically creates a new database. So this database is not SQL Server database, is SSS analysis service database. Okay, so there is a difference. Okay, so let's go back to our processing of cube. So I will click run now. Let's see what happens. So our cube creation failed. Why it failed? What it says is something related to logon failure for this user. Okay, so what I will do, I will close everything. I will click on our data source. Okay, I will click edit here. And most likely it is failing because we haven't specified the details. So earlier it was Windows authentication. I will use SQL authentication instead. MAGOGATE. Password is same. I will save that password. Test connection. And I will click OK and click on in-person view. Yeah, this is service account. I will click OK. Okay, and let's try it again. Okay, let's run it again. It's processing the dimension. Now, earlier the error got changed. Now all the dimensions got succeeded. Processing of dimension got succeeded, but it failed at the time of creating a fact table or the main cube. Okay, what it says, if I click here on the error and if I click on view details, let's see what it says. So it says the attribute key cannot be found when processing a table this, the column this value 0, the attribute department key. So it is not able to find a value 0 for this column in fact table or in dimension table. So let's copy this guy. Let's see. So I will search it here. Select star from where equal to 0. Uh, okay, this value is there, but let's check if this value is existing dimension table or not. So department dimension where department, I will simply copy this guy. It doesn't exist. Okay, and that's the reason it's failing. So what we can do, we can simply add that value. But remember how this 0 value came at the time of loading fact table, there were nulls. Okay, some values, for some columns, the value was appearing as null, and that's the reason instead of loading null values, we thought we use coalesce and we change that null to 0. So that's why that 0 is appearing, and definitely that 0 is not there in the dimension table because it was null. Okay, that value was not there, so we change that null to 0. So let's add that 0 in dimension table now. So what I will do, let's insert into, okay, and departments, and I will use this like department key, department ID, department name, and created on. Okay, values, and I will use 0 0, department name I will give a, and get date. Now if I run this, it will still fail. Now why it failed? What it says is the explicit value for identity column in this when cannot insert explicit value. So we are trying to insert 0 explicitly when The column department dim key in dim departments is defined as identity. Okay, so how can we do that? So what it says is we have to change that to on. So let's search this let's Google this. So how to insert record in identity column. Let's look at very first result, and what it says is if I scroll down, you can allow insert to identity field by setting identity insert on for a particular table. So I will copy this guy. All right, and let's change this. Now it worked. Okay, now let's reverse that to off. Okay, now let's go back and reprocess. I will close this, reprocess. It still failed. It still failed. Let's find out why. Now it says location dimension. So earlier it failed because of department dimension. Now it's failing for location dimension. So let's do same thing here. So instead of department, I will use location. Zero value does exist. So let's look dim locations. It's not there. So I will insert it. But before insertion, we have to use this set identity on dim locations. All right. So what all values we need to populate? Let's populate location dimension key, location ID, street address, postal code I will leave as its city and state and even the country. And let's add region as well. All right. And 00 NA, and I will copy this guy. So how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is perfect. Okay, and I will change it to off. Let's go back and yeah, we have value, and let's click close and reprocess. It failed again. Now what? Dim employee. So it is saying error message, view details, operation cancelled. It is failing for some month description. Okay, I will do one thing. I will simply remove that month description. So I will go to edit employees dimension and I will remove this month description. And instead, what I will do, I will add month ID. Do we have month ID here? We don't have. So I will add that month ID. Or I think year month we have. So I will add that year month. I'll grab this year month and I will add it here. Yeah, this is fine. And let me close this guy and I will reprocess. Okay, run. It still failed. Why it is failing? Okay, I will close this guy. What I will do, I will first load this process. It's failing. Engine dimension with the ID of dim manager name dim manager was being processed. I don't know why it is failing. Let's process it one by one. Okay. Jobs, process, departments, process, and the final one, locations, process, failed. So it failed here. What it says is HR cube database being country name attribute with the ID of dimension location name dim location was being processed. In a record while city attribute dimension location. Dim location. It is failing for dim location. Why it is failing? So this should be correct. City, state, region, process, operation. Okay, a duplicate attribute key has been found. It failed because there are duplicates. So let's go back. Let's find out if there are duplicates. So there are duplicates here. GRO group by location dimension key having count star greater than 1. There are no duplicates. I don't see any. 2, 3, 23 and 0. I don't see. So duplicate attribute key have been found when processing dim locations. Postal code. Attribute is postal code. Dim location postal code value null. Okay, so let's change. Let's maybe it's because of that. What I will do, update Ideally, it should not throw an error for that, where location dimension key equal to 0, set postal code equal to NA. Okay, let's reprocess it. Yeah, it worked now. I don't know, I really don't know why it was throwing an error for that postal code, but that's okay. I'll run it. Okay, it got succeeded now. I will close this and I will save my project and I will reprocess it again, the entire project. Okay, it failed. Why it failed? Uh, okay, so there is another key called manager dimension key for which the value is 0. So let's look into that. So manager dimension key. Yeah, we do have manager dimension key with 0. So dim managers, manager dimension key. Okay, so I will add again. So dim managers, I will change it to on, and here I will use dim managers and manager dimension key, manager ID, first name, last name. I will not keep anything null. Let's add default value everywhere. Employee name, phone number, and hire date created on. Okay, so team managers 00, first name NA, last name NA, email NA, phone number NA, hire date. Hire dates, let's say um, 0000. Let's check anything. Okay, and let's add it. I will change it to off. Okay, now let's see. Close, reprocess. Failed again. Manager dimension key value equal to, okay, I just changed it. Let's reprocess manager dimension. And now we'll reprocess. Yeah, now this time it got succeeded. So our dimension, fact, everything got succeeded. So what I can do now, so our basically cube is ready for reporting. You can do the reporting from SSS, I mean SSDT itself, but the better way is let's open an Excel sheet and I will make a connection there. So one more thing you can do is you can assign a role here. So if you double click or right click on new role, here click on membership. Here you can on general tab, you can select like full control and then click on membership, click on add, and you can add the external users who all are need the access. Once you deploy that, automatically that role will get assigned into that database. So if I refresh it, you will get to see this role here. Right now nothing is there because we haven't added any role. By default, since I am using a local user, I do have access to this deployed object or database. However, if some external user you want to give the access, in that case you can add role from here directly, or you can add role from here. I mean, if you add it from here, whenever you will deploy that package, automatically it will get deployed into database, or you can manually add it here. Like you can give full control, and in the membership you can add. You can select a particular name and you can add that way. Okay, but we'll not do that as of now. There is no need. I mean, you can add like this. I will not do that. I will simply go in Excel, and what I will do, I will go to data tab, get data, database, and analysis services. Okay, and my server is localhost, LOCA localhost, and Windows authentication I will keep. Next. And this is the HR cube was my database and DW was my cube name. So if I go back, DW was my cube name and HR cube was my database. Okay, so exact same thing got selected. Click next, click finish, click OK. And now you can select whatever attributes you want. So let's check if you want to select employee names. So I will go to first name, last name. Let me change this view, display, classic. All right. And let's see, I want to see on what particular year these employees joined the organization. So I will pull this hierarchy. Okay. So that's the beauty of this date dimension. Since we have created that hierarchy now, so let's assume if I expand this. So now I can see on quarter one, 2008, these many employees joined, and in quarter two, only two employees joined. If I expand this, I get to see the month as well and actual date. Okay, similarly here over here. See, that's the beauty of it. Now, I mean, you can, let's say if you want to see the salary, I will simply grab this guy. See, I got to see the salary. So let's check the commission percentage. I get to see the commission percentage. Okay, now let's check if I want, I will remove everything. And if I want to see the salary by each designation, so what I will do, job role. So I will put job title here. See, this is the salary. It's a combined salary, and you can get max and min salary as well. So what I will do, this is the minimum salary. I haven't pulled max salary looks like. So this is the minimum salary, and this is the sum of the salary. Okay, now if you want to see like how many people are reporting to a particular manager, so let me move this and I will grab manager ID. Let's find out what all managers we have first of all. So it will be in manager dimension, first name and last name. So these all managers I have, and so let's say how many people are reporting to Nina Kochar. So what I will do, I will move this to filter. Okay, and I will select Nina. Okay, and now let's pull employees. First name, last name, and get their uh, maybe calendar date, the day when they joined it, and get their salary. Okay, so these are the employees, one, two, three, five employees which are who are reporting to Nina Kochar. Okay, and their respective joining date and their respective salary. Okay, so this is the beauty of creating a reporting on top of that, or creating SSS cube on top of our actual data warehouse solution. Now in order to create these reports using SQL, it's very hard task. Like you'll have to write so many different queries, and it takes time. Okay, and there are chances like you can do some errors. Okay, but with the help of Cube, like in this Excel pivot, it will be very easy. Now in next video, we are going to modify our Cube structure a little bit. We'll combine few attributes, we'll add a few more attributes, we'll hide some more attributes. We'll get to that. Okay, so in the next video we'll work on this our existing cube more. Okay, thank you for watching this video.